and සමහර අය lesson 3 එක පටන් ගන්න යන්නේ. ඒකින්ද හැමෝටම fair වෙන විදියට seminar එකේ අපි හිතුවා lesson 3 එක කරා. So lesson 3 is a structure of matter. Is there anybody who does not have the textbook, Lamai? The grade 10 science textbook? Is there anybody who doesn't have it? Okay. Others? Okay. Were you able to get a printout of what the note I sent in the group yesterday? Yesterday at about 12 in the noon, I sent a note. Okay. Others? Did you all see that note? Did you all see that note, Lamai? Okay. So that is the note that we will be following. So it's okay even if you don't have the textbook. අපි ගොඩක් ඒ note එක තමයි use කරන්නේ and also සමහර ඒවා අපි පොතේ ලියනවා. Okay. One more thing to clarify before we start is that when I'm explaining something, I explain in English because this is an English medium class. But I would also follow up and explain in Sinhala as well. So I think it's better for us to do the seminar in both the languages, English and Sinhala. English වැඩියෙන් කරලා but Sinhala නුත් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay? So if you have any questions, you can ask in either language. No problem at all. Okay, then I think we can start. So before we start, I will share the whiteboard. Kitnali, are you not in the Hope community group? Okay, Lamai, can all of you see the note? Sorry, whiteboard. Okay, so for those of you who cannot find the note, I will send that note in the group again. Give me a second. I hope all of you are in the Hope community group. I will forward the note again in the group. Okay, now give me a thumbs up, everybody, if you can see the whiteboard. Everybody, thumbs up. For those of you who cannot see, let me know. Okay, others? Anya, you cannot see? Those of you who cannot see, I sent the whiteboard link in the chat. In the Zoom chat, go to the chat, click on that link and you will be able to see. Okay. Then I think we can start. Let me get our note. So this is Lamai, the third lesson of grade 10. In our classes, we have finished the first lesson and second lesson both. So we are actually doing the third lesson in the classes as well. And some of you are from my class, so they would know. Okay. So when you take the grade 10 syllabus, so grade 10 means you're just starting O-levels, right? So you know, for the O-level exam, you're getting questions from both grade 10 and grade 11. Neither. එතකොට grade 10 කියන්නේ we are just starting the journey for O levels. Okay? So then, if you take the grade 10 or the grade 11, the O-level entire syllabus, there are three main parts. I think you already know that. There is biology, there is chemistry, and there is physics. Some lessons are biology, some lessons are chemistry, and some lessons are physics. Okay. So this the very first lesson was actually a biology lesson. Second lesson was a physics lesson, and this is the third lesson, which is a chemistry lesson. Okay. Okay. So let's slowly start the lesson. The things in our environment can be classified into two main categories, matter and energy. So, Ramai, what is matter? Matter means anything that is either a solid or a liquid or a gas. Okay? Something that occupies a space. Now, when I'm sitting here, I take up this space. No? So, mama wadi vela inna space එක mama ගන්නවා. So, I am matter. Okay? So I have my bottle here. It takes up that space. It is a matter. Inside the bottle, there is water. So water takes up that space. So that is also matter. Anything that takes up space, we call it matter. Okay. But energy kiyane lamai, it does not need space. For an example, we receive some energies from the sun. What are the energies we receive from the sun? Can somebody tell me? What are the energies we receive from the sun? Anybody? You can let me know in the chat box also. අපිට මොනවාද sun ගෙන් හම්බෙන energy types? Vitamin D is a vitamin. So yes, we receive it from the sun, but vitamin D is a type of vitamin. Okay, I got one answer. Okay. Okay, others? Yes, one is light energy. In the morning, when the sun is shining brightly, morning and until sunset, we have a lot of daylight. That is because we get light energy from the sun. Then we also get, as you all very correctly said, heat energy, right? So during the like the noon time or the morning or the afternoon, until sunset, we get plenty of heat from the sun. So from sun, we receive both light energy and heat energy. Okay. So energy are the types that don't require space. ඒගොල්ලන්ට space එකක් යන්නේ නැහැ. So එතකොට whatever you see around you in the environment, එක්කෝ එක matter එකක් නැත්නම් energy. Either of the two types. ඒ අරෙන්න වෙන මොනවත් නැහැ. Okay. So this is like a small classification of matter. It's slightly blurred lamai. මේ board එකේ මේක පොඩක් blur වෙලා පේන්නේ. Don't worry about it too much. So matter can be classified into three types as solid, liquid, and gas. Right? Solid, liquid, and gas. Do you think you are solid or a liquid or a gas? If you take yourself, or if I take myself, or if you take human beings, are we solids, liquids, or gases? What do you think? Any answer is welcome. You can give me right answers, wrong answers, doesn't matter. Just something to think about. Okay, I got one answer as we are solid. One answer as we are both solid and liquid. Solid. Solid. Solid and liquid. So actually, Lamai, okay, I got a lot of answers. Set answers are with solid kela. Set are solid and liquid. And I also got an answer semi-solid. Actually, we are made of solid, liquid, and gas, all the three. Now, body ke skin, muscles, bones, those are solids. Then inside our body, there is blood. Then there's urine. They're all liquid. Then we breathe. When we are breathing, Oxygen gas goes in and then carbon dioxide gas comes out. So gases are also filled in our body. So we are made of all the three types: solids, liquids, and gases. Okay. So that is one way of categorizing matter. I'm අපිට matter categorize කරන්න පුළුවන් like pure substances and mixtures. Do you remember in grade 9 you have learned about elements and compounds? Do you? Yeah. Elements කියන්නේ තනියෙන් ඉන්න කට්ටිය, compounds කියන්නේ elements කීපයක් එකතු වෙලා. Then we also have mixtures. Mixtures කියන්නේ කට්ටිය හොඳට mix වෙලා. If you take for an example, put some salt into water. Does it get mixed well or does it not mix at all? Mix well or not mix? What do you think? When you put some salt into water. Yes, good. It mixes well. So we call such mixtures as homogeneous mixtures. But what if you put coconut oil to water? Does it mix well or doesn't mix? Coconut oil and water. What do you think? Yes, it does not mix well. Coconut oil floats on water, so they don't mix. They are called heterogeneous mixtures. So this is all the matter. අපි ළමයි අද කතා කරන්නේ, okay, we say matter is this, matter is that. But what is matter made up of? Whether it's a solid or a liquid or a gas, මොනවැන්න matter හැදිලා තියෙන කියලා තමයි අද අපි කතා කරන්නේ. Okay. So, what is an atom? A long time back, ළමයි, there was a scientist called John Dalton. ඒක ඔයගලන්ගේ syllabus එකේ නැහැ. But ඔයගලන් grade 9 වල අහලා තියෙනව නේද John Dalton ගැන? I remember that it was in the grade 9 syllabus. Was it not? John Dalton? Anyhow, so a long time back, there was a scientist called John Dalton. John Dalton කියනවා හැම දෙයක්ම හැදිලා තියෙන atoms වලින් කියලා. So if I take this table, I can break this table. No? When I break this table, there will be pieces. So මම තවත් කැඩුවාම තවත් චූටි චූටි pieces වලට කැඩෙනවා. තවත් කැඩුවම තවත් චූටි චූටි pieces වලට. ඕමම කඩලා අන්තිමටම ඉතුරු වෙන එක තමයි atom එක. So atom is the smallest unit that makes up anything. My body is made up of atoms. My phone is made of atoms. This mug is made of atoms. The gases, the oxygen or nitrogen, all these gases in the atmosphere are made of atoms. Water is made of atoms. Everything is made of atoms. That is what John Dalton said. So, අපි කියනවා, atoms are the building units of matter because all the matter are made up of atoms. Okay? ඊට පස්සේ, so that's what John Dalton said. John Dalton said atom is the smallest unit. ඊට වඩා තව කඩන්න බෑ අපිට. Atom is the smallest unit and all the matter is made up of atoms කියලා තමයි John Dalton කිව්වේ. And then later some other scientists came. ඒගොල්ලන් කිව්වා no. Matter are not just made of atoms. Atoms වලට වඩා චූටි particles ඉන්නවා. There are particles which are smaller than atoms inside the atom. John Dalton කිව්වේ atom එක තමයි lowest level එක කියලා. But ඊට පස්සේ අප scientists කිව්වා නැහැ. Atoms ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා චූටි particles and we call them subatomic particles. Inside the atoms in the කට්ටියට අපි කියනවා subatomic particles. මොනවාද මේ subatomic particles? There's something called electrons, there's something called protons, and there's something called neutrons. Electrons, protons, and neutrons. මේ තුන තමයි තියෙන subatomic particles තුන. Okay? So, let's talk about these three. And then I will later tell you what about, where exactly you can find these in the atom. So, ළමයි අපි ගත්තොත්, let's say this is an atom. අපේ මේ තියෙන atom එක. It's a big atom. Atoms are not big. I just drew it bigger so that you can see it. Okay? So this is an atom. Okay. Atom එක මැද, there's a tiny little space. We call this nucleus. We call this nucleus. The atom is big. At the center of the atom, there's a very small space called nucleus. Okay. Now, we said that there are three types of subatomic particles, right? There are electrons, protons, and neutrons. From these, lamai, protons and neutrons are inside the nucleus. මේ nucleus කියන චූටි space එක ඇතුලේ තමයි protons ටිකයි neutrons ටිකයි එන්නේ. Then where would the electrons be? Electrons ඉන්නේ මේ වටේ space එකේ. In this space. In the nucleus, there are only protons and neutrons. Electrons are not in the nucleus. Electrons are found in the outer space. Electrons are found in the outer space. Is that clear, Lamai? Give me a thumbs up to that point if everything is clear. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Good. If you have any questions, you know the chat box is open, right? Okay. Let me check the chat box. Are there any questions? No. Okay. So, let's read this. Protons are positively charged. So, protons have a charge and they are positively charged. Ekane plus charge ekak, and they are found in the nucleus. So, we know that protons are found in the nucleus. We talked about this. And they have a positive charge. Like that. Then, neutrons. Neutrons do not have a charge. Positive charge ekakut naha, negative charge ekakut naha, just zero, no charge. We call them neutral. They are also found in the nucleus. That is again something we discussed. Neutrons are in the nucleus, but they don't have a charge. So I'll just put zero. Plus utna, minus utna is zero. Then electrons. Electrons are negatively charged. They revolve around the nucleus. Dakka electrons in the nucleus එක ඇතුළේ නෙවෙයි යාගේ වටේ කැරකි ඉන්නේ. That's what we say revolving. And they say that electrons are negatively charged. Electrons are negatively charged. Protons are positively charged. Neutrons don't have a charge. They're neutral. Then protons and neutrons are in the nucleus and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay. So that's the story of the subatomic particles. And then there is something called the nuclear model of the atom. Balamu mokadda the nuclear model of the atom kiyanne kiyala. I will also get the rest of the note to the whiteboard. Give me a second, please. Okay. So there's a model. Kenne lamai e kale atom එකක් කියන්නේ microscope එකකින්වත් බලන්න බෑ. It's that small. So there are different types of microscopes. None of the microscopes can show you the atom. Atom එකේ picture එකක් microscope එකකින් ඔයාලට බලන්න බෑ. It is that small. So එතකොට කොහොමද මෙතන මේක තියෙනවා protons and neutrons nucleus එකේ තියෙනවා electrons වටේ තියෙනවා කියලා කොහොමද scientistලා කිව්වේ? බලන්නේ නැතුව තමයි ඒගොල්ලන් කියන්නේ. So එතකොට එක එකට එක ඒවා කියනවා. මෙයා කියනවා නෑ මෙහෙමයි තියෙන්නේ, මෙයා කියනවා නෑ මෙහෙමයි තියෙන්නේ කියලා. එතකොට ඒ කියනේව ඔක්කොම අරගෙන which one makes more sense කියලා බලනවා. So එතකොට මේක තමයි this one makes more sense කියලා decide කරනවා. So this is what we say the nuclear model of the atom. Okay? So nuclear model එකේ කියන්නේ nucleus is a very small area at the center of the atom. Eka we already discussed, no? Very small area at the center of the atom. So let's see. This is the atom. At the center of the atom, there's a very small region. This is the nucleus. Okay. Protons and neutrons are in the nucleus. electrons revolve around the nucleus. That is something we already discussed. Okay. If the atom, okay, now, බලන්න ඔයගලන්ට size එක ගැන idea එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන් මේකෙන්. මෙතන කියනවා if the atom is a football ground, the nucleus would be even smaller than a chickpea at the center. ඒ කියන්නේ ළමයි atom එක ඔයගලන් football ground එකක් කියලා හිතුවොත්, so just imagine a football ground. You may have seen a football ground නැත්නම් මොකක් හරි ඒ වගේ sport එකක ground එකක් imagine කරන්න. Imagine කළේ ඒක මැදවා chickpea එකක් තියෙනවා. What is chickpea? කඩල නෝ. කඩල ඇටයක් ground එක මැද තියෙනවා. So compared to the football ground, ඒ කඩල ඇටේ මාරම චූටි නේද? ඒ වගේ තමයි atom එකයි nucleus එකයි. Atom එක football ground එකක් නම් අර මැද තියෙන කඩල ඇටේ size එක තමයි nucleus එක. So atom is anyway small, but compared to the atom, nucleus is tiny little. මාරම චූටි. Right? So you get an idea. කොච්චර atom එකකට comparatively nucleus එක කොච්චර චූටිද කියලා you get an idea. Right? Then since protons and neutrons are accumulated in the nucleus, it is positively charged. Let's look at that. Now, look at the nucleus here. Inside the nucleus, there are protons and protons are positively charged. Then there are neutrons. Neutrons don't have a charge. Then what is the overall charge of the nucleus? Protons and neutrons are in the nucleus ke charge එක මොකක්ද? What is the charge of the nucleus? Let me know in the chat box. I'm getting a lot of answers. Okay, others? Yes, good. Therefore, Lamai, very good. Therefore, the charge of the nucleus is also positive. How is that? Because protons are positive, neutrons are zero. It's positive, so therefore nucleus is also positive. So this is the nuclear model of the atom. Okay, up to that point, any questions? If no questions and everything is clear, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box. Okay. Now, there's another model. Can nuclear model improve කරලා තියෙනවා. Nuclear model කියලා කියන්නේ මැද nucleus එක තියෙනවා, වටේ atom එක තියෙනවා. And then nucleus එකේ protons and neutrons තියෙනවා, වටේ electrons තියෙනවා. Then with nuclear model එකම improve කරලා, there's another model called planetary model of the atom. Okay, if you take the solar system, how many planets do we have in the solar system? This is general knowledge. I'm getting two different answers. Others, what do you think? How many planets are there in the solar system? A lot of you say 8, some of you say 9. Okay. Lamai, actually, currently we have only 8 planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. 9 කියලා අපි ඉස්සර කාලේ ඉගෙන ගන්නවා 9 කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ මම චූටි කාලේ කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලන් ගොඩක් චූටි කාලේ. So probably you were not even born. Maybe you were born, I don't know. But ඒ කාලේ planets 9 කියලා ඉගෙන ගන්න because at the very end there was a planet called Pluto. You may have heard, right? So Pluto, we considered it a planet, but later scientists and like astronauts, a science study කරන කට්ටිය ඒගොල්ලෝ NASA එකෙන් decide කරනවා no, Pluto is not a planet. It's something called a dwarf planet. Dwarf planet එකක් කියලා කියන කෙනා planet එකක් නෙවෙයි. Planet එකක් නම් solar system එකේ ඉන්නවනේ. But Pluto එන්න ඈතට ගිහිලා දැන් ගොඩාක් ඈත ඉන්නේ. So it's not, we don't consider it to be a planet in the solar system. Okay. So we have 8 planets. What is at the center of the solar system? What is at the center of the solar system? Yeah. At the center of the solar system, there is the sun. Sun මැද ඉන්නවා. Planets ටික මෙහෙම වටේට revolve වෙනවානේ. So the first planet is Mercury. Mercury is revolving like this. Then Venus is revolving like this. Then Earth. Then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. They are all revolving around the sun. And that is how the solar system is made. නේද? අන්න ඒ විදියමයි කියලා කියනවා atom එක ඇතුළත් වෙන්නේ. Let's read this and see what it says. Okay. Planetary model of the atom. This is on page 2. Introduced by Ernest Rutherford. So Ernest Rutherford kila scientist කෙනෙක් හිටියා ළමයි. He was a genius, right? He was a genius because එයා ගොඩක් atom එක ගැන studies කරා. He did a lot of studies with relevant to the atom and then with relevant to the subatomic particles, and he found a lot of things. So one of the things he found was this actually ළමයි atom එක ඇතුලේ protons තියෙනවා කියලා හොයාගත්තේ Ernest Rutherford. Okay? So anyways, Ernest Rutherford said that the atom is like the planetary model. It's like the solar system here. It suggests that electrons move around the nucleus similar to how planets revolve around the sun in the solar system. අපි nuclear model එකේ කිව්වේ මෙහෙම electrons ඉන්නවා කියලා විතරයිනේ. Then planetary model එකේ planetary model is the improved version, right? Upgrade එක. ඒකේ කියනවා electrons නිකම් ඉන්නව නෙවෙයි. If you take this is one electron, yeah, මෙහෙම nucleus එක වටේ revolve වෙනවා. So if you take this nucleus, is there a way for me to show you? Let me try to show this to you. If you say that this is the nucleus, electron. මැද nucleus එක තියෙනවා මේ electron එක. Electron එක මෙහෙම nucleus එක වටේට revolve වෙනවා. This is just one electron, nah? Other electrons are also like that. So if you take another electron, that is also the same. එයාත් මෙහෙම මේක වටේට revolve වෙනවා. Likewise, all the electrons revolve around the nucleus, just like how planets revolve around the sun. Okay? What else? Let's see. Okay. Then now there's a problem. What is the charge of electrons now, Lamai? Now you know what is the charge of electrons. What is the charge of electrons? Okay, others? Others, what do you think? Electrons are negatively charged. So electrons are revolving around the nucleus. What is the charge of the nucleus? What is the charge of the nucleus? Positive. So do you think positive and negative, do they attract or do they repel? Lang වෙනවද, attract වෙනවද, නැත්නම් act වෙනවද, repel වෙනවද? Attract or repel, positive and negative. Alamai? Yes. Positive and negative, they attract. Yes. එතකොට දැන් පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවානේ. If you look at this model, nucleus is positively charged. These electrons are negatively charged. So they attract, no? So will the electron just come and get attracted to the nucleus without revolving? Now, if you take this nucleus, this electron, this is supposed to revolve around the nucleus like this. Habai, electron is negatively charged and the nucleus is positively charged. Attract. So will the electron not move around it, but will it just get attracted like this? Attract. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙම වුණොත් ඔක්කොම electrons ටික nucleus එක උඩට වැටෙනවා. Yes. Electrons stay in the orbit. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ path එකේ ඉන්නවා. වැටෙන්නේ නැත්තේ because they're moving very fast. They're moving like this, very fast. Since they're moving very fast, they don't have time to fall onto the nucleus. They are negatively charged, nucleus is positively charged, so they are attracted. හැබැයි attract වුණාට යාම වැටෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද එයා ගොඩාක් fast nucleus එක වටේ revolve වෙන්නේ. Very fast. Planets වගේ slow නෑ. Electrons are very fast. So that is what it says here. This was asked in like certain provincial questions and school papers වල මහලා තිබ්බා, especially first term test එකේ. Why does this happen? Electrons are negatively charged, nucleus is positively charged, but electrons are not attracted to the nucleus. Why is that, Kela? Then you write the reason as because electrons revolve around the nucleus very fast. Okay? Up to that point, is it clear? Please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box. Okay. All right. Then, so that is what Ernest Rutherford did. ඊට පස්සේ there was a guy called Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr is also a scientist. එයා බලනවා Ernest Rutherford ගේ මේ planetary model එක දිහා. එයා බලලා එයා හිතනවා මමත් මේකට මොන හරි add කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. Okay. So එතකොට Niels Bohr එයා වෙනම study එකක් කරනවා because he is also a scientist now. Niels Bohr. His name is Niels Bohr. So he is also a scientist now. So එයා study එකක් කරලා එයාත් හොයාගන්නවා මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකක්. Electrons are not randomly moving around the nucleus. Planets වගේමයි Niels Bohr කියනවා electrons move in definite paths or shells. ඒ කියන්නේ if you take this electron මේ electron එක යට ඕන විදිහට මෙහෙම revolve වෙන්නේ නැහැ randomly. එයාට path එකක් තියෙනවා. You know planets have a path, right? What do we call that path? In the solar system, when planets are revolving around the sun, there is a particular path. Yes? Others, what do you think? What do you call that path? Yeah. Good. Orbit එකනේ, orbits. Orbit එකක් කියන්නේ ළමයි ඇඳපු line එකක්ද? මෙහෙම line එකක් ඇඳලා තියෙනවද orbit එකක් කියලා? Earth එක මෙහෙම යනකොට මෙහෙම line එකක් ඇඳලා තියෙනවද එතන? Orbit කියලා. No, it's an imaginary line, right? It's an imaginary line. හැබැයි ඒ path එකේ තමයි Earth එක යන්නේ and all the other planets. ඒ වගේම තමයි electrons වලත් ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම draw කරපු line එකක්වත් එහෙම එකක් නැහැ, but there is a definite path for sure. මෙයා යනවා නම් යන්නේ මෙන්න මේ path එකේ විතරයි. There is a definite path. මෙයා නම් එයාට තියෙනවා definite path එකක්. So likewise, all electrons have a definite path. එහෙම තමයි Niels Bohr කියන්නේ. So these shells are, I will show this in a different diagram, but for now let's read this. These shells are labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4 or KLMN. They are called energy levels. Each energy level has a specific energy. Energy of the energy level increases when moving away from the nucleus and difference between the energy levels decreases. Okay. I will draw a different diagram and explain this part to you very clearly. Okay. Hari. ඔන්න මුලින්ම මේ තමයි අපේ nucleus. So you know nucleus is supposed to be very small. So this is the nucleus, and what do we have inside the nucleus? Protons and neutrons. Then may I will our energy levels stick. This is one energy level. Our Niels Bohr kive orbits කියලා. ළමයි මේවා imaginary lines, okay? They are not real lines. So මෙහෙම energy levels ටික තියෙනවා. So at the center there is the nucleus and then there are orbits. Niels Bohr කිව්වා වගේ orbits තියෙනවා. In these on like around these orbits only electrons move. Electrons may move in may orbits වල තමයි. Okay. So these orbits or these definite parts we call them, now in the solar system we call them orbits, but in the atom we call them energy levels. අපි කියනවා මේවට we call them energy levels or shells. Lamai, in the chat box, some of you are asking about the classes. I will let you guys know about the classes in a bit. Make up explain kalina first my classes to kiyanna. So these are called energy levels or shells. Okay. Niels Bohr tamai meka kiya. So Niels Bohr කියනවා we can label these energy levels as 1, ළඟම එකන 1, then 2, 3, 4 and so on. If there are more, they will be 5, 6, 7 and so on. එහෙම නැත්නම් we can name them in letters, English letters. How? The first one should be K, then L, then M, then N. If there are more, they can be labeled as O, P, Q, R, and so on. So you can label it however way you prefer. 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot pull on, K, L, M, N cannot pull on. Okay. And another thing Niels Bohr says is that all of these energy levels, they have certain energies, right? මෙයාගේ energy එක 100 නම් එක 100 ම තමයි. මෙයාගේ 200. මෙයාගේ 300. Likewise, all these energy levels have fixed energies. හැම energy level එකටම energy එකක් තියෙනවා. And if you remember this sentence, energy of the energy level increases when moving away from the nucleus. What does that mean? මම ඒකට පොඩි example එකක් ගන්නම්. I will write some example values. These are not real values ළමයි. These are not real values. Real values are completely different from this, but just so you understand, I'm going to use some example values. අපි හිතමු first energy level එකේ energy එක 100 joules. Joules is the unit of measuring energy. ඒක එච්චර හිතන්න එපා. And then let's say second energy level එකේ energy එක 200 joules. Let's say 250 joules. Then third energy level like energy ka 325 joules. Then fourth energy level like 375 joules. These are just example values only. Can you see that nucleus එකේ ඉඳන් එහාට යන්න යන්න energy of the energy level increases, right? Here it's 100 only, but here it's 250. It has increased. Here it's 325. It has increased even more. Then it's 375. It has increased even more. So energy of the energy level increases when moving away from the nucleus. Is that part clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up. Everybody? Others? Okay, good. තව sentence එකක් Niels Bohr කියනවා. මොකද්ද? Difference between the energy levels decreases. Let's see what that means. So energy of the energy level increases, that is clear. Let's look at the difference between the energy levels. බලන්න මෙතන first energy level has the energy of 100 joules. Second energy level has 250. What is the difference? What is the difference? Yes, others, what is the difference here? Quickly tell. 100 to 250, difference is 150, no? 150. Then second energy level has an energy of 200 and excuse me, 250 joules. Third energy level has an energy of 325 joules. So what is the difference here? What is the difference here? Quickly tell. Okay, others? 250 to 325. What is the difference? Come on, Labai. Simple mathematics. Okay, it's 75, no? 325 in 250 subtract gram, it's 75. Yes. Then from 350 to 375, what is the difference? 50. බලන්න එනර්ජි ලෙවල්ස් වල එනර්ජි එකෙන් එන්නේ වැඩි වෙනවා හැබැයි ඩිෆරන්ස් එක අඩු වෙනව නේද මෙතන ඩිෆරන්ස් එක 150 මෙතන ඩිෆරන්ස් එක 75 මෙතන ඩිෆරන්ස් එක 50 energy of the energy levels increases but the difference between the energy levels decreases. Is that clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up. So මේටක තමයි ළමයි Niels Bohr කියන්නේ. Ernest Rutherford QA just that electrons revolve around the nucleus just like planets revolve around the sun. එච්චරයි Ernest Rutherford QA. මේ ඉතුරු ඔක්කොම ටික QA Niels Bohr. Can you all, I told you most of the things are in the note itself, but some of these things we will have to handwrite. I hope all of you have a writing book or a piece of paper. Can you copy this down? Make a copy කරගන්න. And then mama yachting star එකක් දාලා ලියනවා example values only because these are not real values. Just to show you, I use some example values. ඒකත් ලියා ගන්න. Because later if somebody saw your note and මේ වගේ values තිබ්බොත් මේවා වැරදි. මේවා example values විතරයි. Copy down ළමයි. While copying down, if you හොඳට හිතලා බලලා copy කරගන්න. ලියපු ටික කියන්නේ ඉගෙන ගත්ත ටික මතක් කර then if you have any questions you can ask it right away. Sometimes in the class also I say that some of you think that the questions you have in your head are stupid. සමහර අහන්නේ නැහැ ලැජ්ජයි. But you don't have to feel that or you don't have to think that මොකද ඕගලන්ගේ හිතේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න සමහරට තව කෙනෙකුට තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. So better to just ask and clear it off. Okay? And classes ගැන අහලා තිබ්බ කට්ටියට grade 10 science English medium class එක තියෙන්නේ Tuesday evening 7 to 9:30. Maths English medium class එක තියෙන්නේ Wednesday evening 7 to 9:30 p.m. Science is on Tuesday. Yeah. Yes. Tuesday. Yes, science is on Tuesday. Yes. From 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Maths is on Wednesday. I have something interesting to show you as well. Mike classic, excuse me, classic method ugalana pennana. I have another question. The lesson. Science class the lesson that we are doing is this lesson. May api seminar ke karna lesson ekama thamai last week only we started the lesson. So may tikama thamai class eketh kare. Okay. I hope you know that seminar is only for 2 hours. So 2 hours is not enough to cover the entire lesson of this. But we are going to cover as much as we can. Right? Make multi ko copy cover karam. The basic part of this lesson we will definitely cover in the seminar. Science class date is Tuesday. Every Tuesday. We have started the class, of course. We have started the class. We are just starting the third lesson in the class also. But if you are interested in joining the class, කලින් classes වල recordings ඔයගලන්ට ඉල්ල ගන්න පුළුවන්. First lesson එකේ second lesson එකේ recordings ඉල්ල ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයගලන් classes වලට join වෙන්න කැමති නම්. හැබැයි දැන් අපි කරන්නේ third lesson එක. How can we join? If you are interested in joining, එකක් තමයි ඔයගලන්ට WhatsApp එකේ message එකක් දාන්න පුළුවන්. You are in the group, no? Hope community group එකේ ඉන්නවනේ. Group එකේම හරි නැත්නම් Hope education එකට කියන්නේ WhatsApp වෙනම personal message එකක් හරි දාන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් මම ඔයගලන්ට Google form එකක් share කරන්නම් ඒකේ register වුණත් කමක් නැහැ. Give me like 5 to 10 minutes. I will share a Google. We have a Google form. I will share it with you. එකෙන් register වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් WhatsApp එකේ message එකක් දැම්මත් that's sufficient. Yes, yes. We are doing group classes, not mass classes. Group classes තමයි අපි කරන්නේ. Maximum 20 to 25 students. Have you all finished drawing this? Lamai, for those of you who are asking the class fee is 2,500 per month. හැබැයි ඔයගොල්ලන් මේ week එක ඇතුළත join වෙනවා නම් because ඔයගොල්ලන් seminar එකෙන් join වෙන කට්ටිය හින්දා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට first month එකට you will get a small discount like a 20% off discount if you register within this week. Within this week කියන්නේ අපි deadline එක දාලා තිබ්බේ let me check before 5th on or before 5th of March ඔයගොල්ලන් register වුණොත් you get a 20% off for the first month. March month එකට 20% off වෙනවා so that would be 2,000. But other than that, the class fee is 2,500. I will give you 1 more minute for you all to copy this down, then we'll move on. There's a very interesting part. ඔගලම එක copy කරනකම් මම චූටි දෙයක් කියන්නම්. This third lesson ළමයි is a very important lesson. Because biology, if you take biology lessons, almost all the lessons are kind of connected. So yes, physics වලත් පොඩි connection එකක් තියෙනවා lessons වල. But chemistry වල there's a big connection between lessons. What you learn in this lesson, you will want for the next lesson. And what you learn in these lessons, you will want for the next lesson. Likewise, හැම lesson එකකම තියෙනවා හැම lesson එකකට ඕන වෙනවා. Chemistry is compared to biology and physics, chemistry is more connected. Okay. So For an example now, most of the grade 10 other lessons and grade 10 lessons, grade 11 lessons, the foundation in this lesson. Foundation lesson. Okay. So that's why you have to be very careful and very well understand this lesson so that you have a very strong foundation when you're learning other chemistry lessons. Okay, time's up. Give me a thumbs up if you have finished. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's move on. So, given below, may our mom pennapu එක වගේම තමයි මෙතන තියෙන KLMN 1 2 3 4 like that. So, given below are the maximum number of electrons carried by each energy level. So, first energy level maximum there can be 2 electrons. Second energy level which we labeled as L, the maximum electrons are 8 electrons. Third energy level which we labeled as M, the maximum is 18 electrons. And the fourth energy level which we labeled as N, the maximum electrons are 32. 2, 8, 18, 32. Those are the maximum number of electrons that each energy level can carry. Okay, let's move on to the next page of the note. You can turn to the next page, page number 3. Excuse me. Let me get the page to the text whiteboard as well. Okay, page number 3. So there is something called my atomic number. Okay, atomic number. What is atomic number? Because now you know many elements, right? What are the elements that you know? From grade 9, you have learned some elements. What are the elements that you know? What are the elements that you know? Okay. What else? What are the elements that you know from grade 9? Okay, carbon, sodium. Okay, sodium, iodine, iron. Oxygen. Okay, what else? What else? Nitrogen. Okay. Magnesium. Fluorine. Chlorine. Okay, good. So these are the different types of elements that we have learned. Hydrogen, helium, yes. Good. Very good. So if you take all these elements, lamai, හැම element එකකටම තියෙනවා something called the atomic number. Right? Let's see what is an atomic number. Atomic number, atomic number is the number of protons in an atom of the element. If you take an element, let's say carbon. Carbon will atom එකක් අරගෙන you're going to check how many protons are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, you're going to count the number of protons in an atom of carbon. That number of protons is the atomic number of carbon. Now here, there's an example. Sodium atom has 11 protons in the nucleus. Therefore, its atomic number is 11. Okay? So, atomic number of an element is a unique characteristic. If you take your NIC number, NIC carry national identity card, you all are still 15. But when you are writing for O levels, you will be getting your ID card, national identity card, and your parents have a card. If you have older siblings, they have an NIC card, ID card, ID කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒතර හැම card එකකම number එකක් තියෙනවා. So this number is very unique. Do you think two people would have the same NIC number? Yeah. No two people will have the same NIC number. එකම NIC number එකම NIC number එක දෙන්නෙකුට තියෙන්න බෑ. It is unique to a person. The NIC number I have, nobody has it. The NIC number that one of you will get in grade 11, none of the other people will have it. Okay? So NIC number is so unique to you. ඒ වගේ තමයි atomic number එක for an element. So sodium has 11 protons, so its atomic number is 11. So wherever you go in this world, sodium nang atomic number will be 11. Okay? කිසිම වෙලාවක sodium වල atomic number එක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. It's a constant, and වෙන කිසිම element එකකට 11 කියන atomic number එක නැහැ. Only sodium has it. Okay? That's why we say it's a unique characteristic. In uncharged atoms, lamai, in the future you're going to learn something like this. If you take sodium අපි ලියන්නේ Na කියලා. Right? සමහර වෙලාවට sodium ලියන්න පුළුවන් මෙහෙම. Na plus. Here there is a charge. We will be learning this later on. පස්සේ තමයි මේ කතා කරන්නේ. But සමහර ඒවාට charges තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. If you take oxygen is just O. But sometimes oxygen can be O2 minus. See? These don't have a charge. These have a charge. So මෙතන කියනවා in uncharged atoms. Uncharged atom means charge එකක් නැති atoms. Like this. No charge, no charge. In uncharged atoms, the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. Protons number එකයි electrons number එකයි equal. But during chemical reactions, electrons are lost or gained by atoms. This is something of a later lesson. But chemical reactions are the සමහර වෙලාවට atoms electrons ගලවලා අයින් කරනවා. Or sometimes they take electrons from the outside and add it to the atom. එහෙම වුණාම ඒගොල්ලන්ට charge එකක් එනවා. Charge එකක් එන ඒවාවල නම් මෙහෙම protons ගානයි electrons ගානයි equal වෙන්නේ නැහැ. But charge එකක් නැති ඒවාවල protons and electrons are equal. Okay. Up to that point, is it clear? Give me a thumbs up, please. Oh. Mass number. So that is atomic number. Atomic number will a symbol like capital Z. Then let's talk about mass number. The symbol of mass number is capital A. Let's see how to calculate mass number. Mass number equals number of protons plus number of neutrons. In any atom, if you want to calculate the mass number, you add the number of protons and the number of neutrons. Then you get the mass number. Why did we not add the number of electrons here? I'm with the number of electrons add karena. You number of electrons abhi add karane na. That is because lamai electrons have a very low mass. Usually protons have a significant mass. Neutrons also have a significant mass. But electrons have a very low mass. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ බර ගොඩාක් අඩුයි. So අපි කියනවා proton එකක mass එක වගේ 1/1840, the mass of a proton is the mass of an electron. It's that small. Since it's so small, we don't consider it when we're calculating the mass number. We only consider the number of protons and the number of neutrons. Okay? Given below is the standard way of writing the atomic number and the mass number of an element. Samaning in an element, මේ element එකේ symbol එක ලිව්වා. Left bottom corner ke you write the atomic number. Left top corner ke you write the mass number. That is the standard way of writing. Okay. Let's look at an example. Now see here. Sodium has 11 protons. Okay, and 12 neutrons. So we can calculate the atomic number. No? How do we calculate the atomic number? We know atomic number is the number of protons. Since sodium has 11 protons, its atomic number is 11. Then mass number can be protons plus neutrons. Protons 11, neutrons 12. So 11 plus 12 is 23. So mass number of sodium is 23. Mass number is 23. Then how do you show this in the standard way? Sodium ge symbolically left bottom corner you write the atomic number, left top corner you write the mass number. That is a standard way of showing that. Is this clear, Lama? Give me a thumbs up. Others? Others, is it clear? Which part is not clear, Hishma? Did you understand the atomic number? Hishma, did you understand the atomic number part? No. Okay. Up to this point, did you understand everything? Before atomic number, did you understand everything? Yes. So now we know in an atom, inside the nucleus, there are protons and neutrons. Outside, there are electrons. Right. So here, I'll answer all your questions. So එතකොට ඔයා atom එකක් අරගෙන ඔය atom එකේ protons ගාන ගත්තොත් that proton, the number of protons is equal to the atomic number. Okay. Atomic number is the number of protons. For an example, if you take sodium, sodium has 11 protons. Therefore, its atomic number is 11. Is that clear, Hishma? Simply, atomic number is the number of protons. If sodium has 11 protons, the atomic number is 11. Is that clear? Quickly let me know. Okay. Then, mass number කියලා කියන්නේ the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. So if you take sodium, it has 11 protons and 12 neutrons. So 11 plus 12 is 23 now. So mass number of sodium is 23. Okay. එතකොට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් when you are writing it in the standard way, you write the symbol of the element. Now the element is sodium, so the symbol is Na. Left bottom corner ke or write, atomic number. So my atomic number 11, so I write 11. Left top corner, okay, you write the mass number. The mass number is 23, so you write 23 here. So that is a standard way of showing. Let's do another question as an example. But ඒ කියපු ටික විතරක් තේරුණාද හිෂ්මා? Did you understand up to that? Okay. Then මං කීකේ හිටියේ so atomic number එක ගත්තොත්, so if a particular atom doesn't have a charge, අපි දැනට charge තියෙන atoms කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. We are only learning about atoms without a charge. So if you consider an atom without a charge, in these atoms, the number of protons and number of electrons are equal, right? But if there is a charge, it's different. ඒකට මම question එකක් කරා නම් එතකොට ඒකෙන් clear වෙයි. Mass number එකේදී මම කිව්වා අපි electrons ගන්න නැහැ. මොකද electrons have a very low mass. So we are just adding the number of protons and neutrons. Let's do this. Let's do a question. I think after the question, it will be clear. Take your writing books and write a question like this. Q කියලා දාලා question එකක් ලියන්න. You can write with me, මාත් එක්කම ලියන්න. I hope you can see the board. Okay. Write this question and write the answer to this. Please. Try to write the answer alone. Try your very best, right? Even if you get the wrong answer, it doesn't matter because we will discuss at the end. But Taniyan karana try karan from what we did so far. Make it fast, huh? Write the question and write the answer. Quickly. Sorry, I missed a question in the chat box. Does the number of protons equal the number of electrons? Yes, number of protons equals number of electrons as long as the atom doesn't have a charge. Plus minus wage charge එකක් නැත්නම් atom එකට the number of protons and the electrons are equal. Yes, Tarang. Yes, I will send. Lamai, while you're writing answers, so if any of you are interested in joining classes, mama main chat එකේ දාන්න Google form එකක්. You can click on that link and register to classes. My 1 more minute. I have gotten a lot of answers in the chat box also. Chat box ke when atat, if you have finished the answers, that's all that matters. But good. I'm checking the answers in the chat box as well. Okay. Okay. I think we'll discuss, no? Okay, good. Aluminium has 13 protons and 14 neutrons. What is its atomic number? So we know atomic number is equal to the number of protons. Since the number of protons is 13, we can say atomic number is 30. Because we said atomic number is equal to the number of protons. So since number of protons is 13, atomic number is 30. How many electrons does aluminium have? So මෙතන aluminium ට charge එකක් නැහැ, it's just Al. Al plus what, Al2 plus what, එහෙම මොකද charge එකක් නැහැ. Since there is no charge, we know electrons is equal to protons. Since it has 13 protons, it also has 13 electrons because of that. Then mass number. We know mass number is protons plus neutrons. So protons is 13, neutrons is 14. So the mass number is 27. Represent aluminium in the standard way. අපි symbol එක ලිව්වා Al කියලා. Left bottom corner I write the atomic number which is 13. Left top corner I write the mass number which is 27. Is this clear to all of you, Lamai? Give me a thumbs up. If you still have questions, please do ask. Okay. I'm going to give you one more question, a little bit different question. We'll see. A question again, possibly we'll move on to the next part. Huh? Okay. Wait, Lamai. 1 second. Okay. Okay, quickly write the answers to this. I will set a timer for 4 minutes. I think even 4 minutes would be too much, but we'll set a timer for 4 minutes. Yes, kitna de? Any question? Okay, you have finished. No, okay, good. Others also quickly finish. Seems like a lot of you have finished, no? Give me a thumbs up if you have finished. For 1 minute or not? Okay, then let's discuss. I'll stop the timer. Let's discuss. Potassium has 19 electrons and its mass number is 39. How many protons does it have? Now here we can see potassium doesn't have a charge. Therefore, number of protons and number of electrons are equal. So if the number of electrons is 19, number of protons is also 19. How many neutrons does it have, Lamai? What is the answer you put here? How many neutrons does it have? We know mass number is number of protons. My handwriting is not very pretty, but I hope you understand. Number of neutrons. Here mass number they have given 39. Number of protons we know 19. Then what is the number of neutrons? So n is equal to 19 minus whenever. So 39 minus 19 is equal to n. 39 minus 19 is 20. That is the answer. Is it clear, Lama? Some of you have gotten the answer. Others also, I hope it's clear. Okay. Okay, so that is the number of neutrons. What is its atomic number? What is its atomic number? Alama? Yes, since the number of protons is 19, we know atomic number is also 19. Mass number that was my mistake because mass number they have given anyways. No, it's 39. So that is how you get questions when it comes to atomic number and mass number, and you should be able to work out the answers on your own. So before we move on, I told you we have something interesting. I have something interesting to show you. Can I ask, have you done quizzes before? Have you done quizzes before? Yes. Give me a thumbs up if you have done quizzes. Okay. No. ඒ කියන්නේ question එකක් දෙනවා answers කීපයක් දෙනවා you have to pick the right answer. And at the end මෙහෙම questions ගොඩක් කරාම at the end you get a score. Do you think you would like it if for our O-level lessons, grade 10 lessons වලට හැම lesson එකකටම quiz එකක් තිබ්බොත් would you like it? For an example, for this lesson, there's a quiz. Like in in the O-level paper, there is MCQ questions, no? MCQ questions තියෙනවානේ. A questions වගේ, there's a question, then there are answers. So it's like a game. You have to pick the right answer, click, pick the right answer, click likewise. It's like a game. So there are no quizzes on the internet for O-level subjects, right? But we thought it would be better if you have like a quiz like that. ඒ වගේ quiz එකක් තියනවා නම් නිකන් MCQ questions paper එකේ කරනවට වඩා if you have a quiz like that it would be fun. No, it's like a game නේ. ඒක හින්දා we designed a quiz. Okay. This quiz is open for everyone. හැමෝටම අපේ website එකට ඇවිල්ලා quiz එක කරන්න පුළුවන්. It's completely free. Right? So I will show you I will screen share and show you how to use it. Because in the previous grades also ඉස්සර grade කියන්නේ දැන් O levels කරපු කට්ටිය ගොඩක් අය මට කිව්වා හැම එකක් තියෙනවා නම් it would be fun කියලා. Because at the end of the day what we want is to make our education fun, no? නැත්නම් හැමලේම අර පොතක් දිහා බලාගෙන හරිම stress එකේ එහෙම ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට අමාරුයිනේ. But if you have a fun way of learning, everybody will like it. I would also like it. If I was in your shoes, මං ඒ කාලේ O levels කරාදී මට මොන හරි වගේ fun games වගේ කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඉගෙන ගන්න එක I would have really liked it. But unfortunately, we didn't have something like that. But then later, when I became a teacher and when I started Hope Education, one of the things that I wanted to do was make learning fun and not stressful. Because now it is stressful for most students. ඒකින්ද ළමයිට පුළුවන්කම තිබ්බත් ඒගොල්ලන් වැඩේ හරියට කරන්නේ නැහැ. Because for them it's just learning, it's stressful, it's not something they like. But if it was like a game, it was fun and interesting, all of us would enjoy, no? So let me show you. Our website is hopeedu.net. මම ඔයගලන්ට link එක main group එකේ Hope community group එකේ share කරන්නම්. So underneath in the library we have something called MCQ quizzes. Can all of you see the screen, Lamai? Yeah. Okay. So MCQ quizzes click කරාම you get like different quizzes for all the lessons. There will be quizzes. දැනට අපි first lesson එක විතරයි දාලා තියෙන්නේ, but within today and tomorrow all the lessons of grade 10 will be uploaded. So you can start the quiz. So then you get question like this. So some of you might have learned the first lesson already, so you can answer the questions. So එතකොට හරි answer select කළා submit answer, then you move on to the next one. Then correct answer. Then let's say at a certain instance you pick the wrong answer. If you pick the wrong answer, they will say it's incorrect and the correct answer will be shown. Right? Explanation එකක් එනවා. ඇයි ඔයාගේ answer එක වැරදි කියලා. And ඇයි හරි answer එක මොකක්ද කියලා ඒ explanation එක එනවා. Then you can move on to the next question. Like this. Mama questions explain කරන්න යන්නේ because this is first lesson. And you can, I mean, if you have already learned it, you can attempt it. And once you learn any lesson, you can come to this quiz and you can try these quizzes. Like this. Oh, mama. Yeah, no. So samhara cake questions, so here there are 10 questions. This is just to show you. Then you read the question and then you select your answer and you submit the answer. So that was the correct answer. That's why it became green. So here you read the question and you select some answer. But here the answer is wrong. Then incorrect kela explanation ekak enawa. Next. So here you read the question, you pick an answer. Let's see if it's the correct answer. It is the correct answer. At the end, you get a score, 80% or 90% or 50% or whatever. And if you want to, you can share your results. එතකොට අපේ team එකේ කවුරු වගේ results correct කරලා එහෙම බලන්නත් පුළුවන්. Right? So you can say, write your name, grade and WhatsApp number as well. Right? So අට උනම් ආයෙ try කරන්න පුළුවන්. So likewise, there is this quiz. Within like this week, all the lessons of grade 10 will be there in the quiz app. Okay? So I will share the link with you. As I said, it's completely free. ඒක හැමෝටම ඕනම කෙනෙක්ට use කරන්න පුළුවන්. So එතකොට ඔයගලන් උනත් you can use it. If you have any friends who are interested, they can also use it. Okay? Any questions about the quiz? Is everything clear? ඒකම ඔයගලන්ට introduce කරන්න ළමයි because I think ඔයගලන්ට ඒක ගොඩක් interesting දෙයක් වෙයි and I think that you will enjoy it a lot. So it's just something extra that I thought of giving you as a little gift. So I have shared the whiteboard again. You can click on the link if you cannot see the whiteboard. Can all of you see the whiteboard, lamai? Give me a thumbs up. Quiz එක අපේ website එකේ තියෙන්නේ. A link එක මම Hope community group එකේ දාන්න. I think all of you are in that group, no? So I will send the link of the quizzes, the web page in the group, WhatsApp group. මම මෙතනක් දාන්නද මේකෙත්? Give me a second. In the main chat, I will send the link. මේකට ගිහිල්ලා ඒක MCQ quizzes select කරාම you can get the quiz. So far there is only the first lesson. First lesson එකේ තව දාන්න තියෙනවා. But during this week, probably within today and tomorrow, first 3 lessons will be uploaded. If you have any other questions about anything else, you can ask. Okay, let's move on. We were talking about atomic number and mass number, and that is where we stopped, right? So let's move on to the next page. Page number 4, no? Page number 4 of our note. Yes, for now it's only for science, but in the future there will be other subjects as well. Like අපේ කියන්නේ O level syllabus එකේ තියෙන අනිත් subjects වලටත් හිමින් quizzes will be added. Maths වලට නම් quizzes add කරන්න නැහැ. මොකද maths වල තියෙන you can't just pick the right answer. It's more of like it's more that you have to do the question itself, no? So there will be a different game for maths as well. So ඒක මම ඉස්සරහට කියන්න. If y'all are in the Hope community WhatsApp group, එකෙන් අයින් වෙන්න එපා. මොකද ඒකේ එතකොට updates දානවා. Quizzes upload කරනවා නම් ඒව දානවා. ඊට පස්සේ we are going to introduce another new feature. So ඒව දානවා, and then Hope Education එකේ AI platform එකක් තියෙනවා. So ඒකේ විස්තර දානවා. And then classes details, and then තව free seminars. අපි free seminars විතරම කරනවා. Like once every 2 or 3 months we are going to do a free seminar. So free seminars වල details ඔක්කොම ඒ Hope community group එකේ තමයි දාන්නේ. So ඒ group එකේ ඉන්නේ. එතකොට ඔක්කොම updates ඔයගලන්ට එයි. Okay? All right. Let's move on. Electronic configuration. So now this is a new part. Electronic configuration is representing how electrons are filled in the respective energy levels from one nearest to the nucleus of an atom and outwards. What does that mean? Now we know in an atom, at the center, there is the nucleus. Around the nucleus, there are energy levels. No? So in each energy level, there are electrons. So ඒ හැම energy level එකේම කොච්චර electrons තියෙනවද කියලා අපි ලියන එක තමයි electronic configuration කියලා කියන්නේ. I will show you how to do it later. But do you remember at the top? උඩට යමු. මෙන්න මෙතන. It's blurred still. මෙතන. We learned that the number of electrons in the first energy level is 2. The maximum number of electrons in the second energy level is 8. The maximum number of electrons in the third energy level is 18. The maximum number of electrons in the fourth energy level is 32 කියලා අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තේ. This is quite advanced. මේක ඔයගොල්ලන් A levels වලදී තමයි ඉගෙන ගන්න. But for O levels අපි මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකක් ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. We say first energy level can hold 2 electrons අනිත් හැම energy level එකම 8 only. Now first energy level එකේ 2 කොහොමත් හරිනේ. Second energy level එකේ 8. That is also okay. But earlier we learned third energy level එකේ 18 පුළුවන් කියලා. But for our syllabus we are learning that third energy level එකේ පුළුවන් 8 only. First energy level එකේ 2. First energy level එකේ 2. Second energy level එකේ maximum 8. Third energy level එකේ maximum 8. This is how we are learning in our syllabus. That is more advanced, what I said earlier. Make it 18, then make it 32. That is a bit more advanced. This is what we are learning in our syllabus. I will show you how to get the electronic configuration of any element. Okay? It's like this. මං ඔයගලන්ට කියනවා, listen carefully. Yeah? I say, let's say sodium. Sodium. Sodium මම මෙන්න මෙහෙම ලියනවා. This is the standard way, no? Now what is the atomic number of sodium? From the standard way you can say. What is the atomic number of sodium looking at this standard way? From this, tell me. Okay, others? What is the atomic number? 11. Why? Bottom left corner ke the atomic number. So this is 11. That means it's atomic number. So atomic number is 11. Okay. Atomic number 11 means how many protons does it have? Because atomic number is equal to the number of protons, right? So if the atomic number is 11, how many protons does it have? Yes. It has 11 protons. මෙතන charge එකක් නැහැනේ. මෙයාගේ charge එකක් නැහැ කියන්නේ we know the number of protons and the number of electrons are equal. So how many electrons does it have? How many electrons does it have? Because it doesn't have a charge, that means protons and electrons are equal. Then my electrons කොහොමද arrange වෙන්නේ කියලා තමයි අපි බලන්නේ. That is electronic configuration. එහෙනම් let's write the electronic configuration. Look at this very carefully. As we said, the first energy level can hold a maximum of 2 electrons. First energy level can hold a maximum of 2 electrons. So I write 2. So there are altogether 11 electrons now. From the 11 electrons, 2 electrons will fill the first energy level. Come on. So 11 willing 2 adunhama 9 remaining. Ne? 9 electrons are remaining. Second energy level like a maximum of 8 electrons can be held. So 8 electrons will fill the second energy level. then there is only one electron left, and that will fill the third energy level. So 2 plus 8 plus 1 is 11. That is how electrons are arranged. Is that part clear? We'll do some more examples, but is this clear? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Others? Others? If you have questions, please do ask Lamaya. මම කියවනේ questions තියෙනවා අහන්න. Okay. Then let's take another example. Let's take fluorine. Let's take another example, fluorine. Fluorine ge okay. So now what is the atomic number of fluorine? From this, you can tell me what is the atomic number of fluorine. Nine. Okay, atomic number is 9. Then how many protons are there? How many protons are there? 9, because atomic number is the number of protons. How many electrons are there? අපි electronic configuration කියන්නේ electrons arrange වෙන විදියනේ. So අපිට ඇත්තටම ඕනේ electrons ගන්නනේ. Since protons and electrons are equal, we know electrons also is 9. Okay, let's see electronic configuration. We said first energy level like a maximum 2 electrons can be held. So first energy level like a 2. So 9 willing 2 are doing 7. Second energy level like there can be a maximum of 8. But we only have 7, so we can put that 7 in the second energy level. So this is the electronic configuration of fluorine. Is it clear, Lamai? Thumbs up. Okay. Have an example like අපි කතා කරලා, we'll go back. Let's say calcium. Okay, just tell me the number of electrons here. We actually want the number of electrons, no? How many electrons does this have? Yes. Atomic number is 20. Atomic number is the number of protons. So number of protons is 20. Number of protons and number of electrons are equal. So number of electrons is 22. 22, 22, like 3002. So there are 20 electrons. So let's see how these are arranged. First energy level, okay, there's a maximum of 2 electrons. So I write 2. So 20 willing 2 subtract, there is 18 remaining. Second energy level, okay, there can be a maximum of 8 electrons. So 18 willing 8 gihama tava 10ක් ඉතුරු. Third energy level, okay, there's a maximum of 8 electrons again. So may 10 willing 8 gihama tava 2 ඉතුරුයි. And that 2 comes to the fourth energy level. 2882. No, this is the electronic configuration, no? Electronic configuration. Number of electrons is 20. Is this clear, Lamai? Again, give me a thumbs up. Okay. එහෙනම් මෙතන in the note, there is an exercise. Write the electronic configuration of the following elements. You can do all of these for homework, but I'm going to make you do 1 or 2 during the class. Can you tell me the electronic configuration of aluminium? Make it fast. Quickly tell me the electronic configuration of aluminium. Okay, I'm getting answers. Yes. Atomic number is 13. That means number of protons is 13. That means number of electrons is 13. So first energy level like a 2. 13 වලින් 2 subtract වුනහම 11 remaining. Second energy level එක maximum 8. 11 වලින් 8 subtract වුනහම 3 remaining. So third energy level will have 3. Can you all tell me fifth one, sulfur? එකත් ඉක්මනට කියන්න බාන. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, yes. If you take sulfur, yes. Atomic number is 16. 16 means proton 16, electrons also 16. First energy level like a 2. 16 only 2 subtract number 14. Second energy level like a 8. 14 willing 8 subtract number 6. That 6 will go to the third energy level. So it's 286. Good. Okay. So the rest of it also you can do as homework. Okay. So let's quickly move on to the next part, modern periodic table. අපි periodic table එකේ කොටසක් විතර අපිට කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ because our time is running out. We're running out of time. Something that I want to tell you all is then chat box එකේ දිගටම අහලා තිබ්බ classes ගැන. As I said, the science English medium class is for grade 10 is on Tuesday. Science class is on Tuesday evening 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And maths is Wednesday 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And as I said, in the science, we are doing the third lesson. අපි මෙච්චර කරෙත් නෑ third lesson එකේ මුල ටික විතරයි තාම කරලා තියෙන්නේ. And some of you asked if you can get recordings of the previous lessons. Yes. If you join to the class, yes. And also තව ඔයගොල්ලන් අහලා තිබ්බේ there were some other questions. I can't find, but there were some other questions asked, no? Yes, Google form එක ඉල්ලා තිබ්බනේ. මම main chat එකේ දාලා තියෙනවා Google form එක. I will resend it again in the main chat. You can either join to a new class from the from this Google form, or you can let know on WhatsApp as well. WhatsApp එකේ message එකක් දැම්මොත් අපේ team එකෙන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ reach out කරලා class details ටික share කරයි. Yes, this class is online only. Online on Zoom, we are doing classes. අනිත් එක ආතිවි group classes ද කියලා. Yes, they are all group classes. Usually up to 20 to 25 තමයි maximum students, right? Okay. So, modern periodic table. If you have further questions, you can ask in the chat box. Huh? There are more than 115 elements discovered at present. So presently, there are about 100 and more than actually 115 elements. Then hitanna, let's say you are going to be a scientist or you're going to do science like research. If there were more than 115 elements, just imagine having to study all of these 115 ගැනම වෙන වෙනම පාඩම් කරන්න වුණොත් how difficult would that be? Right? මේක ගැන වෙනම කතා කරනවා, මේක ගැන වෙනම ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. So having to learn about each and every one of these types separately would be very exhausting. ඒක හින්දා there is something called a periodic table. In the periodic table, what we are going to do is we are going to learn or we are going to arrange all the elements in a pattern. So එතකොට හැම element එකක් ගැනම අපි වෙන වෙනම ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. We can just learn about one or two. We can just learn about the pattern. අපි pattern එක ඉගෙන ගත්තාම ඇති. එතකොට හිතන්න let's say group 1 කියලා ඉන්නවා කියලා. ඔයා group 1 වල හැමෝම ගැන ඉගෙන ගත්තොත් as if like if you learn about each and every different element, it would be very exhausting. But group 1 හැමෝටම එක pattern එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඔයා ඒ pattern එක විතරක් ඉගෙන ගත්තාම that's enough. Then you know all the group 1 elements will have the same pattern. ඒ වගේ එකක් තමයි periodic table එකේ තියෙන්නේ. Since it is difficult to study all of their individual properties, scientists have organized them in periodic tables based on the information. The first periodic table was introduced by Russian scientist called Dmitry Mendeleev. Dmitry Mendeleev කියලා Russian scientist කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. එයා තමයි first periodic table එක introduce කරා. Right? But ඒ periodic table එක දැන් අපි use කරන්නේ නැහැ because it's a bit old. Now we have a modern periodic table. Let me show you a picture. This is our modern periodic table. See, so we have a lot of elements which are shown in blue color. Then there's another bunch shown in green color. Let me show you. So all of these are shown in blue color. See. Then here මෙතන staircase එක වගේ set එකක් පෙන්නලා තියෙනවා green color. Then there's another bunch shown in orange color. These two orange, and these are shown in brown color. So in grade 9 also we have learned about metals, non-metals. So all these shown in blue are metals. And then what is shown in orange and brown, they are all non-metals. Brown are non-metals, but they are also called noble gases because they are a bit special. They are called noble gases. Noble gases, they are called noble gases, right? And my green color වලින් පෙන්නන අයට කියන අපි metalloids කියලා. We call them metalloids because they have some metal properties and some non-metal properties. They are like in the middle. So they are called metalloids. So this is the modern periodic table. අපි මේ ඔක්කොම ඉගෙන ගන්න නැහැ. In O levels, we are only learning the first 20 elements. So this is the first element, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight. Likewise. මෙන්න මේ සෙට් එක තමයි අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න. O level syllabus එකේ. This. මෙන්න මේ ටික. The first 20 elements. With that, unfortunately, we have to end the seminar today. So before we end the seminar, මම මං හිතන්නේ chat box එකේ ආපු ඔක්කොම questions වලට reply කරා. If any of you are interested in joining classes, you can either contact through WhatsApp or you can register through the Google form. Google form එක WhatsApp Hope community group එකේ දාන්නම්. MCQ quizzes වල link එකත් Hope community group එකේ දාන්නම් අපි හෙට වගේ. or අද රාට or අද හවසට වගේ දාන්නම් ඒක. ඒක complete කරලා we will send. And also මේ lesson එකේ record කියන්නේ අපි මේ කරපු seminar එකේ recording එක we will upload to YouTube and we'll send you the link as well. Right? ඒකේ link එකත් ඕගලන්ට එවන්නම්. මොකද seminar එක හැමෝටම open නේ. It's open for public, open for everyone. ඒකින්ද ඒක මම group එකේ share කරන්න recording එකයි මේ whiteboard එකේ note එකයි ඔක්කොම මම share කරන්න. So I don't know if we will, some of you are from my class, so ඒගොල්ලන්ව හෙට හම්බ වෙනවා class එකේ. But I don't know about I don't know if I will meet others again, but we might meet again for like that. There will be many free seminars coming in the future. ඒකයි මම කිව්වේ group එකේ ඉන්න. එතකොට ඒ ටික අපි free seminars තියෙනවා ඔක්කොම share කරනවා group එකේ. free seminars තියෙනවා මොන හරි අපේ website එකේ අලුත් features අලුත් games වගේ තියෙනවා නම් ඒවා quizzes තියෙනවා නම් ඒවා ඔක්කොම group එකේ දානවා. ඒ ටික තමයි මට mainly කියන්න තියෙන්නේ. But whether we meet each other in the future or not, if you have any science related question or any question, you can send me a WhatsApp. Right? Hope education number එකට WhatsApp එකේ message එකක් දාන්න. ඔයගලන් class එන්නම ඕනේ නැහැ. class ආවේ නැතත් ඔයගලන්ට මොන හරි science related question එකක් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. I would be more than happy to help. And thank you for joining today. We might be able to see each other in another seminar. So yes, we'll end the class. We'll end the seminar, lamai. Thank you for joining and have a good day. Okay. Bye.